What's up YouTube? This is Chris, Young Professional Dad, and I'm back with another knife video. And I've got a good one for you today. It's going to be a recap of the knives that I've got over the month of November. Now, not all of the knives. I've got a lot more knives this month than these. But these are some of the standout knives that you've watched me unbox, some of them that you haven't seen me unbox. But all in all, some really good knives. And I wanted to go over the ones that really stood out, that made the biggest impression on me, that had the best feel to them, that was more than I expected them to be. Just all in all, just some really good knives. Christmas is coming up. You know, a lot of you all might be looking for those last minute gifts, but also you might just be looking for a good knife for yourself. Something that you want to spend a little bit of money on, but you're really up in the air right now. You don't know what you want to get, but you know you want to get a knife. You know, none of these might not be the knives for you, and I understand that, but I just wanted to go over a couple of these that I got this month, all in the month of November, and show you some that I'm really impressed with. That is just kind of, there's just something about them, one way or the other. Either they're really far more than I expected them to be, or one thing about them stands out, you know, just whatever. And we'll get to all of that. Now, before we do, I just want to remind everybody, I got a huge contest going on right now. January the 3rd, 2025, it's getting closer every day, guys, and so many people are already entered into this contest. I've gotten a lot of comments about the contest. I'm really thrilled that people appreciate the contest. I told somebody in a comment, and I mean this sincerely, if there was one person that watched me and took their time out to watch me and communicate with me, and to allow me to vent and ramble on about my knives, then that contest would still be the same exact contest that it is. I'm glad that people like it, and that that you know it's a good contest. I didn't know what would be a good contest. This is my first time doing it. But January 3rd, 2025, I am having the contest for $200 to Blade HQ, a budget for the winner. They can go on to Blade HQ. They can pick anything that they want out. One knife, many knives, I don't care. It don't have to be a knife. They have pins on there. They have flashlights. They have sharpeners. They have multi-tools and shovels and machetes and hatchets, and they have so much stuff. I love Blade HQ. I love Knife Center, Smoky Mountain Knives Works, Blue Ridge. I go to all of them. And a lot of times I'll just get on there and just ramble through them and just spend like window shopping, you know, and instead I'm doing it online. But the winner will get to spend that $200 however they want. And I'm going to announce the winner on January 3rd, 2025. I'll come on here, do a video. Hopefully by then I'm going to be able to do live videos. I don't know what YouTube is doing, and they won't let me yet. I think they're, you know, evaluating my channel or something. I don't know, but I'll figure all that out and get it lined out. If I can't do a live video, then I'll do the process on camera and then post it so that everybody can see the winner. Now, the way that you enter is to like any one of my videos. I don't care which one. Subscribe to my channel. I appreciate very much the people that do that. Or if you watch my videos and don't subscribe, I still appreciate you taking the time out of your day to spend with me watching my videos. I appreciate that regardless. But if you want to be in the contest, you got to like one of my videos, subscribe to my channel, and comment on any one of my videos. I appreciate it, guys. I really do. Thank you all so much. It means more to me than you can possibly know. And my channel, I can't believe that I'm growing like I am. I'm so thankful for this. Speaking of which, today is Thanksgiving, guys. I hope you all having a fantastic Thanksgiving with the people that you love. My kids went to their mom's family and stuff like that. They're having a big thing right now. I just needed some time to decompress, so I'm sitting here. My family's doing a bunch of stuff and everything, and I just took a little bit of time just to kind of decompress by myself a few hours, and I wanted to do this video while I'm doing it, while I have a chance, without children on headsets and, you know, dogs playing in the background, stuff like that. I wanted to spend some time with you guys, and I appreciate it. I want to tell you, you know, what's one thing that you guys are thankful for? I'm going to tell you one thing that I'm thankful for, and then I'll get off my soapbox and get on with the knives. I'm almost 50, and I've had a long life. I was in sales for 20 years. I traveled all over the world. I've done a lot of things. I was pretty decently successful. Made a lot of mistakes. I was not the best husband. I wasn't the best dad. I mean, I was a good dad, but I was selfish in a lot of ways. I was young and immature. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life, a lot of mistakes. And I'm so grateful and thankful that I've got healthy and happy kids, that I've been able to find a way to turn my life around, you know, to be a better person, to try to be a better man, a better father. Now I'm getting to do something that I really enjoy with making these videos and talking with great people around the world. I am so thankful for so many things, guys. You know, leave a comment about knives if you want, but, you know, if you want to talk about it, you know, what's one thing you're thankful for? There's so many things in this life to be thankful for. A lot of times, especially in today's climate, I never talk politics ever, and I'm never going to. Trust me, guys, ever. But in today's world, we do find that a lot of people have a way of finding more things to be disgruntled or upset about in today's world, one way or the other. And man, wouldn't it be great if everybody could just find a way just to find something that you're happy about and thankful for? You know, let's look on the positive. All right, so I'm going to get off my soapbox, guys. All right, that's neither here nor there. Join the contest January 3rd. I can't wait to give a budget for $200 to Blade HQ away, guys. All right, now, these are all knives from the month of November, and I love these knives. There's some really stellar knives in this group, really stellar knives. Actually, that was what led me to do my 3-knife challenge today, was some of the knives that's in this group. I was really so impressed with them that I made that 3-knife challenge. And thank you to everybody who participates in those. Those are just a fun way to, you know, thinking about knives that, you know, you might not think about, and considering different options and stuff. You know, it's just a fun little challenge. So that's neither here nor there. The very first knife is one that I am stoked by. This knife has impressed me. I'm telling you guys, Kizer is knocking them out of the park right now. Kizer's making some great knives, and most of their knives come in 154 cm. This is the Kizer Assassin. This is green micarta scales, a deep carry pocket clip. The screws are inset into the handle so they don't snag on your the hem of your pockets. It's a liner lock. Oh, I'm sorry, it's a button lock. I said a liner lock. The action is fantastic. I mean, fantastic, guys. It's smooth. It's quick. This knife is great. And this is such an affordable knife. Speaking of affordability, I was looking on Blade HQ right now at some of these because of the sales that are going on. And some of these knives, just over the last 2 weeks, I bought some of these in the last 2 or 3 weeks. And just in the last 2 weeks, because of these sales right now, some of these are $25, $30, $40 less now today than they were just a week or two ago. So right now is a great time to go on there and look for some of these knives. There's one that I'll point out to you that's an awesome knife that's probably one of my picks on this table for the best knife on the table. And I was looking, it's $25 cheaper right now than it was 2 weeks ago. And I will get to that knife. But this is the Kizer Assassin. Deep carry pocket clip, green micarta scales, steel liners. It's well made, it's firm. The jimping goes all the way up to this point on the blade, with that drop point blade. Now the jimping is not very aggressive, guys. It's not. I like really thick, sturdy, aggressive jimping that grabs your thumb. Some people's thumbs aren't as big as mine, so this would be aggressive jimping for them. To each his own. For me, it's not very aggressive, and I would appreciate it to be more aggressive. It's a razor sharp, but this is the Kizer Assassin, and it is nice. I mean, really nice, guys. This is such a good knife. Excellent action, fidgety as all get out. I mean, a really good knife. And I think right now you could get this knife for around 60 bucks. I mean, 60 bucks, that's $60 all day long. That's a great $60 investment right there. Great. This next knife, forget about it. In the words of the Italian movies, the mafia movies, forget about it. You know, I won't do my Italian accent. I'm a redheaded Irish kid, you know, I can't do that. But this is the Petrified Fish Victor. And if you all watched me unbox this knife, you remember me talking about how stunning and amazing this knife is. This is the Petrified Fish Victor. Now, Petrified Fish makes some fantastic budget knives. That $60 to $90 range, Petrified Fish, I would say that Petrified Fish in that $60 to $90 range is one of the best brands out there. They're all good. Kizer, QSP, they all make really good stuff in that range. But the fit and finish and the quality, the craftsmanship in that $60 to $90 ballpark, Petrified Fish is hard to beat. They all make good stuff. They're all really nice knives in that range. But Petrified Fish, there's just something about them in that ballpark range that just elevates them a little bit. I like their knives. They are so well built. This thing is a tank. I mean, it's a tank. It's thick, it's heavy, it's sturdy, deep carry pocket clip. Again, screws are inset. This is one of them that, you know, it goes in through the top, through the hilt instead of, you know, but it does have the screws in there. So there's inset into the scales, so it's not going to snag. Look at that, how thick that is. Look at that, the spacer. I mean, that thing is just nice. That is quality, guys. That is quality. Now, the Victor has K110 steel, which is a pretty decent, you know, stainless steel. It's a decent stainless steel. This is a liner lock, really good action. That blade is heavy. The blade is heavy. It falls into place. Like when you do, I will say this about this knife. It's so heavy, if you don't do it with two hands, it'll fall on your thumb. You know, one of the great things about some of our button locks and axis locks and stuff like that is the fact that they give you that one-handed opening and closing. So it's that finger safe issue that a lot of people in the knife community really appreciate and talk about. This is one of those knives where I can understand why that would be so valuable and important, because this blade is heavy and the action is so smooth that when you do that, look how easy that knife falls. It'll fall on your thumb if you're not careful. So, you know, you got to be careful, and it is razor blade sharp, hair popping sharp. This thing, the action is phenomenal. I mean, phenomenal. Look at that, how fast that thing falls. It is smooth. I can't believe the price of this thing. This is under $50, guys. Under $50. That is awesome. Look at that. That brown micarta, deep carry pocket clip. I love the thumb hole right there for the easy thumb hole opening. It's only on one side. It's not on both sides. But, you know, and I can't do that finger opening like people do. I just can't do it. I'm not good at that kind of stuff. Well, ooh, I did it right there. Go figure. I say I can't do it, and then I do it. Go figure. But there's jimping on the thumb flipper. So I mean, this is a phenomenal knife. This is a standout knife for me. This is one of the winners of the whole table right here. For the price and the way that it's made, get out of here. It's incredible. That's a great knife, guys. If you're looking for a really good budget knife that you can work with, I would take this into the woods. I would beat it up. Good at jimping, aggressive jimping. Look at how thick that blade stock is. I hate to keep rambling on about this knife, but that's how nice this knife is. I love this knife. Petrified Fish Victor. It is nice. Really nice. Now this next knife, talk about beautiful. This knife is gorgeous. This is the QSP Cali, K-A-L-I. It's got the grooved aluminum handles. It's got the champagne colored ceramic coated blade. The clip point blade has the different grinds. It's got the false edge right there. Beautiful button lock. Deep carry pocket clip, another one with the screws inset that is reversible, so you can do ambidextrous carry. It's a button lock on bearings. The action is phenomenal. Now there's no thumb flipper on this. You got dual thumb studs, so you got to use your thumb studs. But the action, look at that. I mean, it is fidgety, and it is beautiful. This knife is gorgeous. Look at that, the QSP Cali. Now, I could go on and on about this knife because of how nice this knife is. And to be perfectly honest, if I didn't have so many knives, I would go on more about this because it's such a nice knife. I don't mean to say that it's not. This would be a great knife for anybody. There's just knives on the table that have impressed me far more than this one. So I won't spend as much time on this one as I will the other ones. But let me tell you, you can't go wrong with this knife. QSP is another one of those brands right now that's knocking it out of the park. I like the finger choil there on the blade, so it's got that you can really choke up on it. It's got a good aggressive jimping right there. That clip point blade has a really sharp point right there. I like that grind on that tip. Look at that grind on that tip. That's beautiful. I mean, it's just an elegant knife. This is a knife that you could kind of almost have a, with that champagne ceramic coated blade, this has kind of almost, it's not a gentleman's knife, not even close, but it could pass for one. I mean, it could pass for one. This could be a knife that you could put in a pair of dress slacks, you know, or it's heavy though. This is a heavy knife. Now in this video, if you notice, I'm not going over blade lengths and weights like I do on reveals and unboxings. This is more just talking about the knives that have impressed me this month. But this is a great little knife, guys. Great little knife. Now this, I can't remember what I paid for this. This is a little bit more. This is like that $80 range. Excellent action though. A good knife. Now this next knife is another one of those home run all day long. One of the best knives that this company has released in a while, Kizer, I mean, is the Milit. The Milit is phenomenal. It is, in my opinion, one of the best knives on the market in the price range that it is. Now they have some that's at $150 to $200 range when you're getting those really high level titanium handles and stuff like that in the S35VN blade. So they've got some that are up there going up $150 to $200. But most of their full size Militals, even their mini Militals, which this is the mini Milital, are in that, you know, $70 to $90 range. And they are worth it. They're liner locks, deep carry pocket clip. Man, talk about it. It's got G10 handles. It's got acrylic inlays into the handle. Now Kizer is really big on the 154 cm. A lot of their blades are in 154 cm. Now this is a front flipper, and I am not good, as you can see, and anybody that watches my videos knows I am not the best flipper. I talk about it in every video. I just can't do it. My thumbs are too bulky and big. I'm not a good flipper, and I cannot do these front flippers to save my life. I just can't do them. I can do it like this. There you go. But look at that. This is the Kizer Mini Milital with its thumb hole opening for easy thumb opening. Deep carry pocket clip. It's not reversible. It's a liner locked 154 cm steel. Now this is a mini Milital. This is not the full size. This is a great knife for somebody that doesn't have monster hands like mine. If you're somebody with normal size hands, you cannot beat the Milital. I'm telling you right now, I recommend these things so highly. They feel so good in the hand. The ergonomics, you know, they're very squared off. They're very, you know, they are rounded back here at the back, and you do have the finger choil right here, but they're straight. You know, there's straight lines on this thing everywhere. But it works. I mean, it just works. The ergonomics work. If you're looking for something that's really nice, It's not going to break the bank, but it's extremely well made. 154 cm steel, which is no joke. That's a good stainless steel. Deep carry pocket clip. The full size or the mini Militol works. If you're a bigger guy with a bigger hand, I'm telling you right now, go with the full size. Do not go with the mini. I like the mini, but my finger falls off. There's no 3.5 finger. This is just a 3-finger blade, full on. This knife needs a lanyard for me. But here's the thing about it. Guess what? There's no spot for a lanyard. So I can't put a lanyard on this, which I don't put lanyards on my blades for the most part anyways. I need to, but I don't. But if you are a bigger hand person, don't get the mini unless you want it. Get it if you want it, like a 5th pocket carry, or like a little knife that you can just throw in your pocket for church or something like that, or going into the office. This would be a great knife. But the full size is definitely going to do you better. But either way, the craftsmanship and quality are next level. I mean, I can't recommend this enough. If you're a lady or if you have a wife, my kid's mom, she loves this little thing. She thinks it's awesome. I've given her several knives, the Desert Warriors and stuff like that. I gave her a real nice Civivi Praxis and stuff like that. She loves this little knife, and she has not got it out of me yet. She probably will eventually, or I'll just get her one. But and they've got some really good colored ones too. If you're somebody that likes color, man, they've got some really pretty ones. Red and blue and green and blue and purple, and they've got some really good colors for their G10 handles. But all in all, the Kizer Mini Militol or the full-size Militol, check them out. They are awesome, and for the price, you can't beat them. And if you do want something a little bit more nice and elegant, you can get them with the higher quality materials for up to 150 to 200 bucks, and they're worth it. I love the Militol. If this was full size, it would probably be my favorite knife on the table. That's how nice I like that knife. Now this next one is a Civivi. I've told you guys before in my videos, I'm not the biggest Civivi fan. I like Sencut because for the price, I just like that price point. I think that what they offer for their price point is better than what Civivi is for their price point. Yes, I know that to each our own. There's going to be a lot of people that are Civivi fans. I like Civivi too. It's just they're not one of my favorite brands. There's a lot of Civivis I would just rather get the Sencut version or go with the really high-end WeCut version or version, not the Civivi version. The Sencut for the budget or the high-end. If I'm going to get one, I don't want that middle ground. But this one, this sucker, this has won me over right here. The Civivi Sentinel Strike 2. This is the first Civivi that I've held in my hands that I was like, all right. Now you're talking my language, Civivi. It's huge, it's big, it fills my hands. Look at that blade. Now here's the great thing about this blade. This is one of those blades that's got those multiple grinds on it, different angles, the tips, and you've got a flat grind here, you've got a hollow grind here, you've got a false edge up here, you've got all these different things. It's a deep carry pocket clip that is reversible, and it goes in through the top, through the hilt. It screws in from the top, not from the side. It's a button lock, and the action is great. Look at this, the flipper the action is really, really good. It's heavy, it's got weight to it, it's sturdy. Look at that blade, how big that is. That could be tactical. This is a slicer. Let me tell you, it is a slicer. You could do food prep with this. This is one that you could take to work and cut boxes all day long. Go out into the woods and prepare your food with it. You could carry it as somebody in the military or law enforcement as like a tactical type of knife. The ergonomics is great on this thing. The jimping is aggressive, dual thumb studs. It looks awesome. Now it's got aluminum handles all the way through here, gray aluminum, and it's got G10 overlays or insert or whatever you want to call that right there. That's G10. So, man, this is a good looking knife. I've got a whole bunch of Civivis over there. A bunch of them. One day I'll do a video on just Civivis because I've got so many different ones, several ones of the different Elementums and different ones, the Imperiums and stuff like that, Invictus or whatever. I've just got all kinds of Civivis. So I might do one on just Civivi, I don't know. This is the only Civivi that I have that I would be, hands down, I will carry this sucker in my pocket any day. This is a carrier right here. This is an EDC knife for me. This is my language. I like the size of it. I like the weight. I like the fidgety action. The button lock is great. The reverse, pocket clip, this deep carry, the look of it. I just can't get over that blade. The mini grinds on that blade and how good it looks and how tactical and sharp it looks. I mean, this is, and it's called the Sentinel Strike 2. This is definitely an aggressive knife. This is an aggressive knife. You want a knife that makes a statement. Your knives that you carry, women carry purses or wear jewelry or makeup to make their statements. Usually guys will wear their watches, and I'm not wearing one right now and I feel naked. I should have put one on. Guys will wear their watches as a statement, or their vehicles will be their statement, but some guys, their knives are their statement. And this right here would make a statement. Let me tell you, this is a statement piece. This is a conversation piece. You pull this out in front of a bunch of dudes and start talking to them, this is going to get everybody's eye. They're all going to be like, man, that's a cool knife, man. What is that? And you'll be talking for an hour about this knife. Now, the next knife is another Kizer. I've got several Kizers on this table, and it's just because Kizer is that daggone good. You guys know that watch my videos how much I like the big, bulky, heavy handles and the big knives. I just like them. And you all watch me unbox this, and this has been in one of my 3 knife challenges. It's a Kizer Vanguard Sheepdog XL with its carbon fiber handles and its 154 cm blade and its cleaver style blade. Deep carry pocket clip that is reversible. Actually, no, this one's not reversible. The screws are inset into the handles, so it's not going to snag. It is a liner lock. Look how thick this thing is. I mean, this thing is a monster. Now, I've got the tenable bomber and different ones that I put in that same video, that 3 knife challenge. And I opened a couple days before this on an unboxing video, and it's a real big sturdy, but they're just not even close. The tenable is a really, really good knife that's big and sturdy and heavy and strong and rugged and beautiful with that G Mascus and stuff. But this is just another level. This is just another level. I'm telling you right now, this is too big for a lot of people to carry EDC. I mean, look at this, how big that thing is when it closes up. That would take up your full entire pocket. Look at that thing. That's a monster right there. But it's, I'm not going to sit here and say that this would be a great EDC knife, because it would be hard to EDC this, but I would. But geez Louise, this knife is amazing. I love this knife. This knife is everything that I love in a knife, with size and weight and girth and a good size blade and a fit and grip that fits my hand well, deep carry pocket clip, carbon fiber. I mean, I like so many things about this. This is a good knife. Now, this is not a knife that you're going to get general everyday use out of. So if you're on a budget and you're looking for a knife that you want to buy for yourself, but you need it to be a knife that you're going to be able to get a lot of practical use out of. This isn't very practical, so this might not be the knife for you, just to be honest. But if you want something just because you collect knives and you're looking for a good affordable, I mean, these things are $90. If you're looking for a good affordable knife just for your collection, or that statement piece or a conversation piece, or just you want a big knife because you've got a lot of smaller knives and you just want that big knife, or you're looking for something that you can take camping that will double as like a kitchen knife, So you don't have to take actual kitchen knives to the campground, but you can fold it up for space and convenience and stuff. This would be a great, because it is a slicer, but it's also a cleaver. So you could take this and prepare food and stuff like that in the woods. There's so many different things that you could do with this knife. But if you are just looking for a knife that you can get practical everyday use out of, this might not be the knife for you. But I love this knife. It has been a stellar knife for me. I loved it when I opened it in the unboxing. It won me over immediately. And every time I get it out and look at it and hold it in my hands, it's just awesome. It is really awesome. And again, it's that 154 cm blade steel, and it's just, I love this thing. Yeah, the Kizer Vanguard Sheepdog XL. Get one if you're looking for a really big knife. Now, I've got all kinds of fixed blades this month, guys. I got, as you all know, I got a couple TJ Shorts in. I got the Overland. I got the Lost Trail 5. I got some Civivi fixed blades. I got a Benchmade fixed blade. I got probably 10 or 12 fixed blades this month. I didn't want to do all kinds of fixed blades on here because it's obvious which ones are going to stand out amongst them, and I've showed them enough in the videos already and bragged about them because I love them so much. The one that I wanted to show that really stands out for me, because I can do a lot of EDC with this, is another Kizer, the K-Box, with a great Kydex sheath, excellent retention, with these belt straps and stuff. It's got the thumb or finger ring down here at the bottom, 154 cm steel as well. It's got the blood grooves right here, G10 handles, excellent. It's light and nimble, but it's razor blade sharp. Oh my gosh, it's razor blade sharp. This thing will cut you real easy. The grip on it, with that finger choil right there, it feels great in the hand. If you do want to put your finger through there, I'm not big on that. Break your finger if you do something the wrong way or something. But like if you wanted to do it something like this, you know, for that reverse grip or something, that's where that finger grip is, that finger hole is going to be good. Yeah. I'm not big. I don't use the finger hole that often. I don't do a reverse grip. Again, the only reason I would ever want to do a reverse grip is if it was going to be a tactical use, and if that was necessary, I'm not pulling out a knife, just to be honest. But this is a sharp knife. It's light, it's nimble. This is a great EDC fixed blade right here. A great EDC fixed blade. And I love the appendix carry. I just love the cross draw. I do have a lot of knives that I carry vertical on my belt and stuff, or danglers or whatever, and I do carry them like that a lot. I do, but I much more prefer, you know, if you're somebody that does, here in Kentucky, we're really lucky with the laws. Like, we can do concealed carry without a permit. You don't need a license. You don't need anything. If you have something and you want to carry it, you put that sucker somewhere. You don't have to show nobody, tell nobody. Pull it out at the last minute when it's necessary, and other than that, the world don't need to know. It's not the world's business. I appreciate and value that. Like, you see, you go through Walmart, and sometimes people have these big hawkers sitting on their, you know, their side, and are walking around with it. Sometimes it's necessary, and that's just who they are, and I appreciate that. I'm one of those guys who I value that kind of stuff. Sometimes it's just that, you know, a guy trying to get a sports car, what are you trying to compensate for? And you can usually tell the difference in those people. They'll draw attention to it a lot and stuff like that, be fidgeting with it a lot. You know, I like the concealability of stuff. I like, people don't need to know what you've got and what you're carrying. If I got a knife, I love it to be out of the way. And the cross draw appendix carry, or in my back, I like that. I like just tucking my shirt over it. It's out of the way. It's not necessary to be visible. If I need it, it's there. I'm not trying to go on a rant about how people carry things or anything like that. I'm just saying there's appeal to that, but I am somebody that likes the concealability. The same way with knives. I like to be able to conceal what I carry. And this is great because it gives me that cross draw ability on my back, on my side. Now, if you're going out to the woods or something like that, this isn't the knife that I would carry out to the woods, just to be honest, so it's hard to even have that conversation. But if I was going to be like going to the range and stuff like that, and I wanted, this is a knife that you could put right on your molly straps, on your chest and stuff like that, and you can, you know, pull it right out and boom, do whatever you need to cut boxes, ammo boxes open, you know, stuff like that. You could do anything with it. This is a great fixed blade. And this thing is really, really affordable. I mean, this is well under $100. I mean, way under $100. I can't remember what it was. I don't quote me on any of these prices, guys, because I buy so many knives, I can't remember what is what. But I think this knife is like 60, 70 bucks, tops. And it is a really good knife. I mean, I like this fixed blade a lot. To the point to where I've got all those other fixed blades, not counting the TJ Schwartz and stuff. I mean, I got a lot of fixed blades this month, and this is the only one I wanted to show. That's how much I like this knife. This is a great, if you're wanting a good EDC fixed blade, this is a good one to go with. The Kizer K-Box with 154 cm and G10 handles. This next knife is a knife that I done in my daily 3-day challenge today. If anybody that watched me do the unboxing on this, I rambled on about this knife forever because of the fit and finish of this knife, because of the packaging that came in. It came in a big box. Oh yeah, right here it is. It came in this big box, and then inside the big box, it come in this really nice rubber. This is something like those real expensive VR glasses and stuff. This is nice. Not that you would buy a daggone knife for the case that it comes in, but just the overall presentation, the way that this knife was packaged and presented and everything else, and all you get for the price it is, this is under $100. And here's one of the knives that right now it's on sale. This is $20 less right now than it was when I bought it. When I bought it, it was like $98, $99, so it came in under $100. It's got bronze titanium handles, a frame lock, a milled pocket clip, black stonewash S35 VN blade steel. Y'all might not have heard me. Let me run back through that. All that in the presentation and the packaging. Bronze titanium frame lock, black stonewash S35 VN blade steel, a milled pocket clip. All of that for $90 to $95, $98, $99, something like that. Right now, it's like $15, $20 cheaper than that on sale right now on Blade HQ. All of that. And it's cheaper right now on sale. I almost bought another one today to give as a gift to somebody. But I've got a few knives that people are literally asking for that I'm going to give as gifts. But I'm really thinking about going because of the price, you can't beat it right now. On Blade HQ, this is the Evolve OverWatch. The Evolve OverWatch. BRS Evolve OverWatch. But if you just type in Overwatch on Blade HQ, these will come up. BRS Evolve OverWatch. You can't beat this knife with a stick, all that you get for this. I do not like the bronze look. I don't like bronze and gold. I just don't. When it goes with the black, it works because they play off each other and they don't clash and it looks good together. I still would not choose this as my knife because of the colored pattern. I would much rather it be satin and, you know, just regular titanium, brushed titanium, something like that. I would not rather have it bronze. I don't care at this price. I don't care. I'll take this all day long. You are getting so much in this package for the price that it is. This is the best deal on the table, hands down, no questions asked. I'm not gonna say it's the best knife on the table because there are knives that I like better. Materials wise, this is the best knife on the table. Not blade wise, because there's one with the better blade. But materials wise, all together, the whole package, and for the price, this is the best knife on the table. for the price, this is the best knife on the table, guys. If you want to get the most you can on a budget, you've been watching these knife videos and you've got a bunch of budget knives and you really like these videos where you're watching these guys unbox these titanium knives with these S90Vs, S35VNs, Magna Cut, L-Max, Crewwear, and all this other stuff, and you want to get to where you can get those knives, you're just not there yet budget-wise. That's okay. I was there too. It took me a while to get to where I could get my first knife. And I just chipped away at those little knives, and I appreciated them more now. I learned about my materials and my steels and the manufacturers, and I learned the industry and the hobby and stuff until it came time for me to be able to get that first expensive knife. There's nothing wrong. Don't despise small beginnings. Don't despise small beginnings, guys. If you're a collector and you don't have any of those nice knives yet, don't worry. Don't despise small beginnings. It will happen if you want it to. If you stay at it and you make this as a commitment and a true hobby, then you'll find a way to make it work eventually. Don't worry about it. But if you're that person that right now you're looking, you've got those nice budget knives and you're ready for that first one, but those are still just a little bit out of your reach, unattainable because of the price, but you do want something with that titanium of that S35VN. This is a knife that you can get all of that in one. Is it the best looking blade, the best looking? No, not in my opinion, but to each his own. Some people love this thing. They love the shape. They love it almost has a Persian look to the knife. And some people love that. They just love it, to each his own. And I love that about this industry. I love that about life in general. What I like, you don't have to like. What you like, I don't have to like. That's broaden the horizons. Let's each have different taste. I don't want the same thing you want. You don't want the same thing I want. Let's all like different things, and that way we can have things to communicate with and talk about and show each other and things like that. This right here would be a great knife to get. If you're looking for that first knife with those high-end materials, this is it, guys, right there. Look no further. The BRS Evolve OverWatch is going to give you all the material that you want, good quality. The presentation is outstanding and out of this world. I mean, I've got knives $300-400 that just come in a box. They literally just come in a box, and then I open up the box and they're just got a little plastic bag around them. Sometimes they don't even come with a sticker. Like, where's my daggone sticker? You all that watch me know I like my stickers. And it's like, where's the daggone sticker? And they don't come with anything. There's no presentation. The knife speaks for itself. That's all you get. That's all you need. This is one where you get all that in the knife, and the presentation is flawless. So, all right, I'll shut up about this knife. I just ramble on when it comes to a good knife. You guys know me. That is a daggone. All right, next knife. I like this thing a lot. Another Kizer. I know, guys, Kizer, get off the daggone Kizers. But it is what it is, man. I've gotten a lot of knives, QSPs, Cold Steels, Civivi, Sencut, Benchmade. I got a lot of stuff this month. Kizer just happens to be one of those brands that just make a lot of good knives at this price. This is the mini grouper. Now I want to show you really quick. This has a lot of similarities to the mini Nightshade as far as the blade shape and stuff like that goes, but they're both minis, and look at the difference in size. So this is a little misleading, because the full size grouper is a lot bigger, and this is still a good size knife. I mean, I got a big hand, and look at that, it takes up my full hand. Good aggressive jimping. The blade shape, it's a cutter. This is a slicer. This is Nitro V steel, button lock, carbon fiber handles, a good aggressive jimping on that thumb flipper. The action is great on bearings. I mean, this thing is awesome. Deep carry pocket clip, screws are inset. It is reverse carries, ambidextrous, left or right handed. Now it's only tip up. Dual thumb studs. I mean, this thing, you want something that's elegant. This is the first knife that we've came to that's really just elegant. It's classy looking. This is an elegant and classy looking knife, in my opinion. This is something that, even though it's got the egg-shaped blade and stuff like that, it's just, man, I like this thing so much. This is a slicer. It is razor sharp. Razor sharp. I mean, gosh, this thing is, I almost start cutting paper. I'm horrible at cutting paper. This thing is razor sharp, and I'll still snag the daggone paper. I'll grab it down here, start too low or something. I do it all the time. I'm horrible at that stuff. Just like flipping knives, I'm not the best at that kind of stuff. The Mini Grouper by Kizer, with its carbon fiber handles and its nitro V steel, on bearings, deep carry reversible pocket clip, dual thumb studs, great jimping, the blade shape. This is a great EDC knife right here. This is a great EDC knife. I'll take this sucker anywhere. I will wear this into an office building. I'll take this sucker to church. I will carry this thing anywhere. You know, just because it just looks so pretty, and that carbon fiber, just the shine of it and the glimmer, it just works. I mean, it really does. It just works. That button lock, it's fidgety, and it's a mini, but it's still good size, guys. The ergonomics is great. Now, it is a little, the ergonomics are not as good as I would like, I will be honest. It does have a tendency to want to push this way down in your hand. It does have that. When you put any pressure on your thumb, you find it digging up into the palm of your hand right here because of the weight. So you've really got to grip up closer to the blade and stick that handle out to really get a good, and it not to do that. But if you get a normal grip on this with your thumb, you've got a hot spot right there because it's digging into my hand. That's the only thing about this. Now, that is because it's a mini, so it's a little smaller than the full size. But a normal size hand, that's not going to matter. That's not going to matter. This is a really nice knife, guys. The Mini Grouper by Kizer. That action, it just falls. Look at that. Just falls. No help at all. It just falls. That is just great. This is a good knife, guys. This is another one under $100. I can't remember what the price of it is, but this is a really good knife, a great knife. All right, this next knife, in my opinion, is the stealer of the show right here. When I opened the unboxing, there was another knife on the table that's a couple knives down that I thought was the nicest of all of them, but this one kept getting my attention. Now, like there was something about it. But all night I would think about it, and I would keep going back and looking at it, and this one called to me. This one was the one that wore on me. It wore me down. It just, the appeal just kept growing and growing and growing, and overall, this is the one out of that unboxing that is the winner. The quality, now this is the QSP Vault. The Vault. This thing, I paid almost $90 for this. This is on sale right now for $66 on Blade HQ. They've slashed the price $20 right now. And tomorrow being Black Friday, it might be even cheaper. I don't know. But they've slashed the price on this one. Of all of the knives on the table, I would run and grab this one. This thing, you've got to feel this in your hand. You've got to hold it. You've got to look at that blade. Look at that grind. This blade, you know what this blade reminds me of? I've got a Zero Tolerance 0562, the Rick Hendrer edition, the carbon fiber. This blade, although the shape is a little different, the grind, the look, the feel of it reminds me of that blade. Not the handle, but the blade. It just the way that the grind is and the look of the blade, it reminds me of that 0562. This thing is excellent action. It's got the axis lock, which they call a glide lock. but it's just a crossbar or action lock. This is another deep carry pocket clip that goes in through the top, so you can do it reverse carry either side, ambidextrous. Tip up only. Dual thumb studs. This is on excellent action. Excellent action. You can use the glide lock to open it, you know, or you can use the thumb studs. Excellent action. The G10 handles, polished aluminum, bolsters up here, steel liners. That spacer, I mean, this thing is gorgeous. Good aggressive jimping, a very sharp point, a razor blade knife. This is the QSP Vault. This is the knife that when I opened it, I loved it. I fell in love with it. But there was the raccoon, and that raccoon just, man, it was so nice. I thought when I opened them up that it was the winner of all of them. But as the night went on and as the weeks have went on and going back and looking at them and handling them and cutting a few different things with them, if I'm going to do EDC, if I'm carrying a knife and going out of the house, the raccoon is a nice knife. There ain't no problem with that knife. That's a great knife. But this knife is a knife that I'm going to tell you, there's nothing wrong with this knife. Nothing wrong. Now this has 14C 28N steel. So it is, I mean, Sandvik steel for the QSP. It is great. I love this knife, guys. This is, in my opinion, if I was, of all these knives, if I was on a budget and I couldn't really, I mean, it's hard to say that because you can get these other two knives for around the same price as this. Well, not as the price of this, because this is $66 right now. But when it was around $90, you know, I would have probably went with something like this because of the blade steel. But just by the knife itself, if you take the blade steel out and the materials, this knife is hard to beat right here. The QSP Vault with its glide lock or crossbar lock. I love this knife, guys. Anybody, and I've had a few people comment on the Vault that talks about it, and every one of them said the same thing. That Vault is a sleeper knife. It'll get you. This is an awesome knife, and they were right. They were 100% right, guys. The people that commented and said that about this knife, you were 1000% right. This knife is awesome. Now the next knife is another knife that I had in my 3-knife challenge of the day, and it's this QSP Penguin. I remember when I opened this up, I couldn't believe it. With its diamond textured aluminum handles and its S90VN. I said 90VN again. I said it on my daggone. It's because I keep saying S35VN and stuff. It's S90V. I apologize, guys. S90V. I get so tongue-tied. Deep carry pocket clip that is reversible. Steel liners. Dual thumb studs. Aggressive jimping. That sheep's foot blade. I'm not a big sheep's foot fan either. Somebody else said that in the comments. They didn't like sheep's foot. I understand that. I really do. Trust me, I understand that. I'm not a big sheep's foot fan either. But some knives it works on, and you just have to take it for what it is. And this is one of those knives that you just have to take it. The QSP Penguin and the Elementum are probably the two most well-rounded, affordable EDC knives on the market right now. Widely known and widely used. The Penguin and the Elementum are right there neck and neck, because you can get both of them for, you know, like the Penguin, you can get a good Penguin for 40 bucks, 40, 50 bucks. You can get a good Elementum for 50 to 60 bucks. Not next level materials or anything, but you can get a decent one for, you know, 50 bucks, 60 bucks for an Elementum. And a Penguin, you can get those things all the way down to $30, and they feel good in the hand. They're a great little pocket knife. They're sharp. They'll cut anything. You can get them with D2 steel, different things like that. But this is, usually they come with 14C 28N steel, because that's a big one that that QSP uses. But this is S90V, and it is a phenomenal knife. Now, I will tell you the same thing that I told when I opened this in the unboxing. I like the aggressive jimping, and I like the aggressive texture on the handles. I like to get a grip. I don't want to feel that, like the one thing about carbon fiber, I love the look of it, but I don't like that sleek, slick feeling, especially if your hands are wet or anything like that. You know, there's no tackiness to it at all. I like it when you can get a grip and it ain't going to slide out of your hand no matter what. Now this is just too much though. And if you have one, if you ever felt one, you'll know what I'm talking about. The diamond texturing on this, it'll rub blisters on your hands if you use it long enough. It'll rub your hands raw. That's how aggressive that diamond texturing is. But that S90V blade steel, oh, this knife is the sharpest one on the table, hands down, no questions asked. This thing, I could shave my beard off with it right now. No question. I can take it down my face and it'll take every bit of that hair off, which I actually probably need to do. But man, this thing is $90. Aluminum, S90V, deep carry pocket clip, steel aligners, aligner lock, aggressive jimping, dual thumb studs, $90. You can't beat that any day of the week. I'll take one every day of the week and 2 of them on Sunday. I mean, you just can't beat that S90V steel. That is one of your best edge retention blades on the market. S90V is one of the best for edge retention that there is. Maybe not toughness and all that other stuff, but edge retention, it's hard to beat S90V. You can cut boxes for weeks with this thing. If you hone your blade and maintenance it and strop it with a good belt all the time, take care of it, this edge is going to hold up for a while. I like the size of it. It's a good mid-sized knife. You can get a good price point on this. You don't have to get the S90V. You can get the 14C28N and you're still getting a dang good knife. The Penguin is a really good knife. Elementum, I'm not a fan of them. They're really, really popular. I'm just not a big fan of them. I just ain't. I've got several of them and I don't carry them. I just don't like them that much. They're not for me. The Penguin, I like it a lot more than the Elementum. A lot more. In my opinion, it's a better knife than the Elementum, all the way around. This one just happens to be a rock star because of the S90V steel and the aluminum handles. $90. I was blown away with this knife. This actually knife made me do the video where this and another knife, I've got that Dundee, that Knife Center exclusive with the MagnaCut steel. That knife and this knife, and I got both of them for way under $100, and that was what made me do the video where you could get the next level materials on knives for under $100 if you just look. This knife and the Dundee are what made me do that video because I was so impressed with what you was getting on this for the price point. This next one, another knife under $100. Under $100. Carbon fiber handles and S35 VN steel. Now this is way too small for me, guys. I'm gonna be honest. This is way too small for me. This is the mini Nightshade. I've got the full size Nightshade on the way, and I'm gonna like it a lot more because I do like the blade shape. I like the look of it. Now this is a gentleman's knife in my opinion. Yeah, it's not a gentleman's knife. I understand that, guys. I know it's not a gentleman's knife, but you could carry this as a gentleman's knife. You could carry this as a sleek little fifth pocket knife. You could carry this in a pair of slacks and go to church. It looks elegant. Look at that orange, the way it pops with that carbon fiber. If this thing was bigger, it would be perfect for me. Perfect. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Deep carry pocket clip. It's reversible. You know, tip up carry only. The action is great on this. It's got the axis lock or the crossbar lock. I mean, action is excellent. S35 VN blade. That is VN. Just great. I mean, look at the orange spacer. This thing is really, really nice. Now, this is $99. It might be on sale right now because of the sales that are going on. Vosteed makes really good product. Vosteed is another, you know, there's nothing wrong with Vosteed. They make really good knives. You get what you pay for. And Vosteed, you're getting some good stuff. I would go with the full size if you have any size hands at all. It's, you know, one of the reasons why I went with this was because of the price point, and you was getting carbon fiber with the S35VN. But I'm going to tell you right now that I've had this in my hand, even though I love this knife, I like it a lot, it's too small for me. If I could go on there right now and get this knife in G10 with 14C28N Vosteed, they use Nitro V a lot. Yeah, I would take the Nitro V. I'd take the Nitro V and the G10 over this to get it full size over the carbon fiber and the S35VN, just because I would rather have the full size blade. I like the shape of the blade. I like the shape of the handle, that contouring. It feels good in the hand. This one's just too small for me, way too small. So it's, you know, it's not a great knife for me. I still like it. I don't want to get rid of it. I don't want to lose it. I'm not selling it. I don't want to give it away. I don't want to, you know, nothing. I don't like getting rid of my knives once I got them, unless I absolutely have to. They're going to just sit in that collection forever. But if I had to do it again, I'm just telling you, I'm being honest with you guys, I would rather have the Nitro V steel and the full size than the S35VN and the small one, just because I would rather get the full size knife. But the mini Nightshade, the Nightshade in general, is great. Look at it. It's beautiful. Imagine that, a bigger knife. That's a good looking knife. A really good looking knife. I prefer, because I've got so many knives with the good materials and the good blade steels, I can do with one that doesn't have the best blade steel, but it has what I do want, which is the size and the length, you know. So I would sacrifice the blade steel on this all day long to get a bigger one. But if you have smaller hands and you're not like me with those big, you know, sausage fingers and stuff like that, if you are, and this thing is so sharp, it sliced my when I closed it just now, I did like this and it caught my palm. I do that all the time. Get my hand right there. If you have smaller hands and you don't need that big monster knife, this would be perfect for you. Perfect for you. At those materials for under 100, I think it's like $99. So if you aren't me and don't need the big one, go with the small one and get the materials for under $100. That's the way to go, 100%. But if you are like me and you want a bigger knife, go with the more affordable budget steels to get the better size knife, because this is still an awesome knife. I want this knife, I just want it bigger. All right, round these out. The last two knives is this right here, another Vosteed. This is the Raccoon. When I opened it, this is the one that I thought was the winner that night. Great action, aluminum handle. This is very tacky aluminum too. Like, it's got that dull feeling, that grippy feeling. It's not that slick aluminum. It's contoured and textured with its grooves and stuff and its designs. It's got a deep carry pocket clip that is reversible. It's got another access lock. This is another Nitro V. So it's good steel, good stainless steel. Look at that knife. I love the Raccoon. They got the mini Raccoon too, so if you like smaller knives, like you like the mini Nightshade right there, you can get a mini Raccoon Cub. That'll be better for you. I like the bigger full-size knife, so the full-size Raccoon works for me. This, there was a reason that night that I chose this as being the one that I like the most, the winner of the unboxing, because it is hard to beat this knife. Look at that, it's beautiful. I mean, it is gorgeous. I like the shape of the blade. I like the size. I like everything about it. This knife is awesome. Awesome. I mean, this is a great EDC knife right here in itself. All of these knives are great EDC knives. This is another one that is great. It's heavy, it's bulky, It's firm, it's got a good grip, good action, and it is the Vosteed Raccoon. I really like this knife, guys. You know, there's nothing that just absolutely jumps out and stands out about it. Like it's just a very basic design. It's simple. It's very simple, this knife is, and it works. I mean, it works. I love it. This is a great all-around EDC knife. It's a slicer, but it's thick enough blade stock to where you could cut rope, you could cut boxes, you could do whatever. It's nitro V steel, so that's a good stainless steel. I mean, there's a lot going on with this blade right here. A lot going on. This is a great knife. The Vosteed Raccoon. I recommend it highly. The last knife of the bunch is this right here, the Kizer Spirit. I love this knife. This is a knife that, you know, haven't really carried it all yet. I've cut it a few things with it just to see how well it cuts, the edge geometry and stuff like that. Excellent. Very impressed with it. I like the design of the knife. I like the look of the knife. It's got another one that's almost got that Persian-esque look to it. Carbon fiber handles, S35 VN steel blade. Now the blade almost looks like it's got I don't really know what you would call this. The grooves on the blade right here, they're not sharp or anything like that. They're just aesthetically pleasing. Really good looking. There's no jimping, but they almost give you that jimping feel right there, so you get a little bit of texture and contour to your thumb grip. Milled pocket clip, deep carry that is reversible. S35 VN steel blade. This is the Kizer Spirit. A very good size thumb flipper. Look how big that thing is. I mean, you can, I don't care how big your thumbs are and bulky you are, you could be wearing big bulky gloves and still get a good thumb grip with, or thumb flip with that, because that thing is aggressive. It's a good size flipper. The handle is shaped perfect for your hands. It's got a good feeling. I mean, good feeling. It's a little bit of a hot spot with that I will be honest, that pocket clip is a little bit of a hot spot on your fingers because it sticks out there pretty good. It really does. So it's a hot spot. Now, if you switch hands, not so much, but now it's digging into my palm. So there's give and take with everything, and there's a give and take with this. But if you have different size hands in mind, different shaped hands in mind, stuff like that, it might not be an issue for you. But I really like the look at the blade. I like the grind of the blade. I mean, this is just a super nice knife. This is like $125, and you get carbon fiber S35 VN. It's a concept, or a concept, however you want to say that. All the way around, just a good knife. And I was really tickled and pleased when I opened this knife. I haven't found any opportunities to really carry this because I've got so many other knives that I'm trying to carry and find room for in my EDC so that I can really get to experience them all and how they carry and how easy they are to use and, you know, stuff like that. And I just haven't got around to this one yet. I have used it on a few things around the house, but that's very limited, very limited. This is more of a looker for me, a showpiece, just to add to my collection. I will get to carry it one day. I just have so many I got to go through. This is just an excellent knife though. For $125, you can't beat that. The concept, if you like the design of it, a good sized knife with S35 VN steel, and you just want something that just looks nice. It's elegant. It looks expensive. This is one of those knives that looks expensive. This looks next level. Some of these knives, like this, has these next level materials, but it just, at first glance, it just looks like a QSP Penguin. You know, it just looks like a penguin. That's it. Looks a little bit nicer than most penguins, but it just looks like a penguin. You know, this has a elegant, expensive look to it, but it's just a little too small. Let me see. This has a really nice, elegant look to it, but not so much, just anything that screams quality or money, that next level. This is a knife that when you look at it, it looks expensive. It looks next level. If you want a knife that's what you're going for, you see all these guys opening up these knives in these unboxings, and you see them with their titanium handles and they're really expensive looking knives, and you just want something, and when you pull it out, it just looks like you've got a next level knife. This is the one on the table that's for you. It's $125 or around that price point, and it looks like it looks the part. It really does. It looks the part. This is the knife that you can push off as your next level knife, your elegant, expensive next level knife. And to the average person that's not a knife person, $125 is a lot of money for a knife. I got friends and I talk to them about knives and stuff like that, and they're talking about, I want to get my dad, especially right now because it's Christmas. I just had a buddy that I haven't talked to in a few years just reach out to me. He's like, hey man, I want to get my dad a knife. And I was trying to tell him that and he was like, what? I had another guy who was telling me, he was like, man, I want to get somebody a knife. Man, what can I get? Like, I want to get the best knife I can for $50. I was like, dude, honestly, $50, you really are. It's going to be hard to get what you're asking for that price point. And he was like, no way, $50? You can't get that for $50. I was like, dude, you're not, I'll say the pocket clip. People, for the average person, that's a lot of money. A lot of money. And that's fair. That's fair. And those are all things to consider. But if you just want something that looks expensive, that's your knife right there. That's a next level knife for your collection that you can just use to show it off and pull it out and be like, yeah, that's the jewel in my collection right there. That's the, and people are going to think that's big boy world right there. It is what it is. And then you'll rise up as you go. And then the next thing you know, you'll have $200 knives, and this will be pushed down the line a little bit. Then you'll have some more expensive knives, and it'll get pushed farther down the line. Then the next thing you know, this is in the drawer with all your budget knives. That's the way it goes, and it will go that way for each and every one of you all if you want it to. Just spending some time. Today's Thanksgiving. Be thankful for what you got. Be appreciative of what you got, and know that good things are in store for you. They are good things are in store for you. This life is, yesterday is a canceled check. Tomorrow is a promissory note. And you're going to get exactly what you give. You put forth good things into this world, you're going to get good things back. And you can have all that you want. You want the best knives, you want the Civenzas, you want the Jack Wolfs, you're going to get them. Speak it into existence and go for it and make it happen. But do not despise small beginnings. Appreciate what you have right now. Don't look at the next person's collection and be like, oh, well, they got all those, and then look at yours and be like, But looking at yours and like, these are mine. These are my knives. This is my money right here. They started somewhere, and they got to where they are. You're starting somewhere, and one day somebody's going to be looking at your collection and being like, wow, I want to get there, and you're going to look at them the same way and say, hey, you know what? Just give it time. You're going to get here. Don't mean to be on a soapbox or ramble, guys. It's just Thanksgiving. So I'm in that, appreciative mood. Guys, these are the knives of this month. And there are a few more that I could have thrown in because I've got so many knives this month. It's crazy. Too many knives, to be perfectly honest. But these are the knives that I've got over the last 30 days that have stood out to me, that have, impressed me a lot, that have just, made an impression on me. They have, and I wanted to share those with you. And since it's the end of the month, and I wanted to give like a little rundown, and I might do that every month, give an end of the month rundown of what I've collected through the month and what stands out the most and stuff like that. So, it is what it is, guys. Remember my contest. Thank you guys for watching. I'm thankful for you all. I am very, very thankful and grateful for you all. I appreciate your time. I'm Chris, the Unprofessional Dad. I'm grateful to be here with you guys. Until next time, remember, keep your lives full and your knives sharp. Be thankful for what you have and tell somebody that you love them. I'll see you next time, guys. I'm out.